You picked the Boston Celtics to win this series, I believe, in 6, correct?
Yeah, in 6.
6 games. And the best player on the Celtics, Jayson Tatum, is struggling. Now, his numbers look pretty good. 22 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds.
Struggling.
For him, only 3.5 turnovers, which is not bad for him. He's
handles the ball.
prone. Right. And Rob, he's shooting 42.5% from 3 during the series. The problem for Tatum is for some reason he hasn't been able to finish at the rim or in the mid-range. And so overall, he's shooting 33% for the series.
Which is shocking.
Shocking.
It really is.
And before the series, Rob, a lot of people were crowning Tatum. Now, I do believe he's a superstar.
Yeah, but
Bradley Beal said he could be the face of the league. Someone else said that too. Rob G.
He's better than KD, and he's better than this and that.
Yeah, who was that said he could be? Tracy McGrady, right. So Bradley Beal said he could be the face of the league, and Tracy McGrady said he could be as good as KD.
Right.
That's where we are. Little too soon?
Too soon. As usual, because we talk about this all the time because it happens a lot. And Tatum in the finals, well, you just said it, 22 points, 33.4%. It's his worst shooting series, Chris, since 2019 when the Celtics lost in 5 games to the Bucks. And his scoring has gone down in every series as you go back. 29.5 versus the Nets. That's when he was getting all that big love. 27.6, Chris, against the Bucks. 25 points against the Heat, and now down to 22.3. And in his last 9 playoff games, he's shooting under 40. He shot under 40% 5 times. So he's had the bumps, and he's not there. That doesn't mean that he can't resurrect his playoff run. Because if he plays well, Chris, and has a game that they're expecting, this might be the night. Just the same way the Warriors needed Steph, right, on the road in a big game. This is his moment, Chris. This could be his
delivered,
moment.
Remember, in Milwaukee.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Game 6,
right,
46 points.
Absolutely. This is one of those moments. And I know that they're aware of it. I know he's aware of it. Like, we got to get our guy going. We got to give him some. And you just talked about it. The easier ones, right, around the rim. You got to make those. Those are the ones you have to make. So it's going to be interesting, but I think people did jump the gun a little too quickly on Tatum, crowning Tatum.
I think they did more than that. It's not just that they look. Jayson Tatum is great, and I've been saying it, Rob, for years. The past few years, this kid was a rookie who should have been a sophomore in college, and he led them, because Kyrie Irving was hurt, to the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 7 against LeBron James. Averaged 18 that series and had only averaged 13 that year, so stepped it up. He's got handle. He's got the mid-range shot. He can finish at the rim. He can shoot the 3, and he can defend. And he's not a bad passer. The one thing he can't do at this point, or doesn't do, is the post-up game, which a lot of guys don't do that anymore. But I think that will help him if he's ever struggling, with his shot. So I think he should add that. But, Rob, I just think that guys went overboard. He's going to be great. He is great. I don't think he'll be Kevin Durant. Now, yeah, okay, if he goes off and wins a ton of championships as the number 1 guy, okay. But we've seen the likes of Jayson Tatum before.
Yes, we have.
Right? We haven't seen the likes of KD. And then for Bradley Beal to say he'll be face of the league, well, where's Giannis going?
Giannis is going nowhere, Chris, and his trophy case is jam-packed.
He's 27 years old, so
right?
You're right. He ain't going nowhere.
He's got plenty of trophies. Are you kidding? Like, really?
Where's Luka going?
Nowhere.
Where's Luka going?
Nowhere.
This was a great postseason. Absolutely. Just getting started. And so I just think that people, to your point, Rob, sometimes people just overreact and make these grandiose statements. If you want to say, and this is a big statement, but I think, assuming he's healthy, I don't think you would disagree with this, Rob. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. Assuming he stays healthy, I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's not yet.
He's on that track.
If he just continues, doesn't have a career-altering injury, continues to play well, he's on that track. But I'm not going to say he's on the track to be Kevin Durant or he's on the track to be the best player in the league. I won't go that far.
No, and you shouldn't. I won't do it either. I just think I understand people want to have some talking points and have something to say, which is fine. And you could say a lot, but it's too quick. And this is the examples that we see, Chris, all the time in sports, where someone excels in a series or whatever, and people are like ready to say that they've taken that next step. Can they win first? Like seriously, like it's a winning still to me. That's your defining moment. It's about winning. And then you start to look. Do you agree with that, Chris? Like it's about winning.
If they win this series, I'm not going to be looking at this like, man, Tatum, but Tatum struggled. They won.
Yep.
They won a championship. And here's the other thing, Rob, and people got to understand this, and I get it. Right now, Celtics fans don't want to hear this. Right now, I don't even think this is good for Jayson Tatum to hear. I think this is something that would comfort Celtics fans and comfort Jayson Tatum a week or two from now after they've lost the series. And that is that he's not the first superstar, young superstar in particular, to struggle in his first finals. He's 24 years old, Rob.
You got the
list? He
list?
played 1 year in college. List. Well, Larry Bird.
Right.
Back-to-back 8-point games, 3 for 11 shooting, back-to-back.
That's LB, one of the all-time greats.
Yep. LeBron James shot 35% against the Spurs in his first finals. Got swept, 22 points a game. LeBron struggled in his second finals, right?
That's right.
Rob, the guys that have been Tatum's age, who have, quote unquote, led their teams to championships, typically had one of two things. They spent more time in college than him to get that college coaching, and particularly at a time when, you really did get coached in college. It wasn't just a holding ground until you got to the NBA draft for a year. Or they had a veteran teammate who was a Hall of Famer himself in his own right, who could lead the charge. So Magic's first championship, Kareem was the MVP of the league. Bird's first championship, when I said the 2 8-point games, he had 3 Hall of Famers with him. Robert Parrish was in his prime. Kevin McHale was just ascending. And Tiny Archibald was there. Not what he used to be, but had become a smart playmaker more so than a big-time scorer and stat monger. Tim Duncan had David Robinson. Dwayne Wade had Shaq. Kobe had Shaq. It is rare for a young guy to lead a team to the championship, and he doesn't have that veteran perennial all-star Hall of Fame player. And if Tatum does this, and obviously they still have a chance to do it, that is what he would be doing, Rob. So that would be huge. There's a reason Luka hadn't gotten to the finals yet as great as he is. He don't have that type of teammate.
Right. And it is so far an impressive climb by Tatum to get his team where they are, and the road that they had to travel.
That's been brutal.
It really has. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, who knows? I mean, so many different things, but They're there, and they have a golden opportunity. I know 2 of the last 3 games are, supposedly going to be in Washington. I mean, going to be in San Francisco, I should say.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I mean, if they win in 6.
If they
you know
play,
what I mean?
Oh.
I mean, it's 2 out of 3. But what
They
if
have
they win the
home court
next 2?
advantage,
Right.
Golden State.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if they beat Golden State tonight and wrap it up in Game 6 in Boston, it would be, incredible, wouldn't it?
I think Golden State is looking at this game. Obviously, both of them feel like it's a must-win. But Golden State, it's more of a must-win, Rob, for Golden State. Would you agree with that? It's not an absolute must-win for either team.
Right.
But it's more important for them to win, right?
Because if Boston loses, they know they're playing the next game, regardless.
And they'll be at home.
Right.
Not that's been a sanctuary for them, but it's still home.
Right. And the other thing they got going for them, and obviously, that they haven't lost 2 games in a row since, when is it? January. Or whatever? It's incredible.
Mid-January.
That's incredible in the NBA. Just
But
like the Lakers didn't win 2 games in a row, Chris, for 4 months.
That doesn't mean, it's a nice stat,
No,
and
I'm
you're
just
right,
saying,
it's great. But remember when Golden State lost to Cleveland in 2016.
They hadn't lost 2 games in a row, and they lost 3 in a row.
Right. So, obviously you're playing a different level of competition than you were in the other earlier playoffs or even certainly in the regular season. But I hear you. But look, Golden State, Rob, they know the last thing we want to do. They won't be counted out. But the last thing they want to do is go to Boston down 3-2, facing elimination. They haven't been a great road team. They're 4-5 on the road this year. Rob, the Warriors haven't won 2 games on the road in a series this postseason. So they got 1 game against Denver, 1 game against Memphis, 1 against Dallas, and now so far they have their 1 game on the road against Boston. So they're 10-1 at home. They don't want to go on the road facing elimination. So I think they understand that. And look, if they win tonight, they'll be breaking a big string. As you said, the back-to-back game. So we will see what happens.